Hello everyone, welcome. Mr. Risto here. This is Tonka Online AP Macroeconomics, and I'm going to be your instructor for this semester. I'm glad that you all decided to sign up and take the course. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you get a lot out of it. And the point of this video is I want to take you through just a few things here in Schoology to kind of get you the lay of the land, if you will, and just kind of show you around how the course is laid out. Most of you, certainly if you're a Minnetonka student within the district, you know what Schoology is, you know how to get your way around it. Some of you, I believe, might be out of district. You might not be familiar with Schoology, and that's perfectly fine. It's easy to navigate around, but I wanted to show you a few things here in Schoology itself, and just let you know about a few other details, like when I'm available and how things are going to operate. So what I want to show you here first, this is my page. This is what I see. Yours is probably going to look a little bit different, but you still should have a page here that's known as materials. This is kind of the materials page where you have access to the folders, my contact information you see, and you also see a folder here called Welcome to AP Macro. So if you are watching this video, it means that you accessed, first of all, you got my email telling you to go to the welcome folder and to watch this video. So we're going to look at that there. We're going to look at those items in that folder in a minute. Along this side, I also have some contact information where you can and how you can reach me, where I am located within Minnetonka High School. That's particularly helpful if you're a student within the district, and when I'm available on Wednesdays. Okay, Minnetonka students, you're aware, of course, that we have a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday schedule since we went to hybrid, and Wednesday is all virtual. So there I have posted my virtual hours on Wednesdays. All right, so the first thing I want to do here with you is to open up the welcome folder. And in that folder, there's going to be a few things in this folder that are going to be more important actually than others. Other things are just there as a means of reference. So I trust that you read my letter. Right now, hopefully, you are watching this video. And the rest of this stuff here, I just want to point out. I'm not going to necessarily open. But I do include here some self-pacing guidelines. So I just want to open those up. And I want to just kind of fill you in on the amount of time and devotion that you should be giving to AP Macro, all right? And a couple of items to point out. To be successful in any Tonka online course, these are self-paced courses, and AP Macro was no different. But you kind of need to commit yourself to these following 4 bullet points. Okay, you want to routinely and consistently log in, participate in the course, at least 4 to 5 times a week. All right. The College Board recommends for just any advanced placement course that you're spending somewhere between maybe 5 and 7, maybe 6 and 8 hours per week. That's about an hour per evening. All right. And that's what the second bullet here suggests. It's expected that you spend about 5 to 7 hours of work each week. That includes reading the textbook, being in touch with the course material, the assignments, etc. That's going to vary perhaps depending on the unit, but on average, it should be 5 to 7 hours a week. You want to make sure you're following the due dates, the deadlines for macro, and I would argue most importantly, you want to communicate with me if you hit any snags, any roadblocks, you're not understanding the content, if for any reason you need to get in touch with me, okay? You want to be emailing me, preferably you want to be messaging me here in Schoology. All right, that's the primary means of communication. That is how I'm going to get a hold of you, and I will be looking for messages here first from you in Schoology, okay? So you want to communicate and you want to respond accordingly throughout the course, right? So you want to be an active participant. Now, I want to stress this bottom part here. Online self-pacing is flexibility to complete work within a unit time frame, not flexibility with unit deadlines. So you will notice what that means is that you have the flexibility to create your own schedule, You have the flexibility to plan your learning within the course content, within the unit due date and deadline parameters that I have set there on your Schoology calendar. Okay, so you can do and work on the material within Unit 1, right? That's where we're starting, whenever you wish. Okay, I've told you what the recommended hours are per week. So between the time that you're watching this, assuming this is roughly January 26th, 27th, you notice Unit 1 there on your calendar. When we get back to it, the due date for Unit 1 to be completed is February 11th. So between now and February 11th, you can do whatever you wish and work on whatever you wish up until February 11th. Students who are successful in AP Macro schedule, their own learning routine, their own time. They're good with time management. Like I said, they're usually doing something with macro each day. Okay. Like I said, you have a certain degree of flexibility to choose when you want to complete those assignments, when you want to interact with the course content. However, having said all that, all formative and summative assignments need to be completed by, in our case here, February 11th. All right, that is the first deadline date. All right, so there's flexibility within the unit, but once February 11th comes around, all the drop boxes will close, all the reading quizzes will close, and I will not accept any other formative work past February 11th. We are done with it. All right, and the unit will close. The only thing that will not close will be the opportunity to take the summative assessment. The summative assessment will remain open. However, you will take it with a point deduction. There will be a 10% point deduction from the summative if it is not taken by the deadline date posted on your calendar. So similar to a traditional course, if we were in the building, you're expected to complete the work in a timely manner per the date posted on your calendar, and not to put things off till the very last minute, okay, including taking summatives past the deadline date. So that's kind of the definition of self-pacing, the self-pacing guidelines that I've posted here, and these are universal with any Tonka Online course. All right, so if we go back here to the welcome folder, we've got the syllabus here. I encourage you to take a look at the macro syllabus. And I also posted here a few things in case you run into some tech issues. There's some basics here for Schoology, tech issues for Schoology for Tonka Online students, and some strategies as to how to be successful with Tonka Online. And a couple other things, how you view grades in Schoology if you're not familiar with that. I have a course description, and at the bottom there you see two postings that deal with technical support. So if you have any issues regarding Schoology and technology isn't working for you, you'll find these here. Here is the help desk with Minnetonka within the school district and the phone number. Any Schoology questions, here's how you can get a hold of Tonka Online, their phone number and email, and the family help desk in case you have an issue with your Google Drive or what have you. Or if you have SSO issues, you can contact the family help desk. All right. So all of those things are in the welcome folder. I encourage you to look through that. The one thing I want to take you back to here in the welcome folder, which is actually your first assignment, is the introduction activity discussion board. So what I'd like you to do, because it's important to build community and I like to know who you are, in my welcome letter I told you a little bit about myself. So to kind of do some introductions with everyone else, I'd like for you to open this discussion board. Like I said, this is kind of your first assignment, formative assignment, and just go through the prompts and make a posting here in our discussion board so other people can get a sense of who you are. All right. So I'll be looking for that to show up, and I'll look at those probably by the end of the first week. So that's the welcome folder. The next item we have here is my contact information. Here's how you can get a hold of me. Here's my email. And during the school year, like I said, this semester for this course, the preferred means of communication is Schoology Message. You can also email me, but just know that I look at Schoology Message first. If you have any questions or concerns, just get a hold of me. The Google Hangout Meet code is macro Ristow. It's all lowercase. When would we use that? We might use it for kind of our introductory get-together to kind of get the course rolling. We may do something here the first week of school. All right, I would send out a little message telling everybody, hey, let's meet at, whatever, Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. or something like that. And I'm not sure if that's going to work for everybody. I'm not even sure if we're going to do that. But if we do something like that, it will be via Google Meet. And there is your Google Meet code, Macro Ristout, all one word. If you're in the building, if you're a Minnetonka student, I am in classroom 2533. And if you need to get a hold of me outside of the building, Minnetonka students and everybody for that matter, but especially Minnetonka, remember that Wednesdays are virtual. We are not in the building. So you can get a hold of me from noon to 2:50 on Wednesday afternoons. That is our masked time. An invitation for any of you is not necessary to get a hold of me during those 3 hours or so. But Minnetonka students, if you do get an invitation from me, a masked invitation, you are required to attend, as you are aware, okay, because there is attendance taken. So there's my contact information. Again, I'll be looking for Schoology messages, okay? I've got the semester 2 schedule posted here as well, especially for the Minnetonka students, just so you have access to that. And then the discussion board here is just a general question discussion board, okay? So if you have any general questions, I encourage you to post them here. This is visible to all of you in the course, and I encourage you to ask and answer questions from other classmates. So if you check this out, if you notice that a classmate asks questions, feel free to jump in, take the reins, and help out, okay? Because you might see it before I will. All right, next item here, you'll notice you do have a Schoology calendar. This is what mine looks like. Notice that there are some things already there on the calendar. You're going to see I'm going to post one unit at a time. So, of course, Unit 1 is open now and visible to you. So notice you're always going to see the due date when Unit 1 should be complete. You'll see then that's the date when the Unit 1 exam will be open and made available. And what's probably going to happen is the exams for the 6 units will be taken on those days that you see on your calendar. Okay, and I'll probably set off a block of time, for example. So on Thursday, February 11th, you might see the Unit 1 exam become available, and it's going to be available between, let's say, 6 and 9 p.m. or 3 and 6 p.m. And then you can take it any time within that block of time. All right. There may be a time when I just open up the exam and say, you know what, make sure you get it done within the next 24 hours. Or if it becomes available, for example, here on Thursday, I might just say, make sure you get it done over the weekend, but it needs to be done by Sunday midnight. All right, something like that. There will definitely be parameters and timelines attached to the exams. And then, like I said earlier, once the exam is taken and you've submitted, and once this date passes of Thursday, the 11th of February, Unit 1 is complete. So you'll notice that you've got 3 formative assignments there that are due on February 11th. Those drop boxes will time out at midnight on February 11th. There are 5 reading quizzes that are attached here as well. Those will time out at midnight on Thursday the 11th. Okay? And we do not go back to any formative work whatsoever. Speaking of exams, the one thing I want to point out with exams is that there are no reassessments. No reassessments for Tonka Online, simply because this is essentially a kind of an open note environment. And there's really no need for any reassessments of any kind. You may use problem sets. Feel free to use notes, things like that. So that's why there are no reassessments for any of the summative exams. All right, and there are going to be probably 6 of those, 1 for each unit. So please keep that in mind as we move forward. All right. Moving on, you'll notice that this is the materials page, and once we kind of get up and running here, you're going to want to be starting in Unit 1. Unit 1 is just a unit on just basic economic concepts. I provide a little description, and I also provide a little note, a little side note to what modules it connects to in your textbook. Your textbook. I have information, or I've been told that your textbook is available to pick up. It should be in the South Commons of Minnetonka High School. I believe Monday the 25th, Tuesday the 26th, and Wednesday the 27th, between 9 and 5 p.m. on any of those days. All right. Now, if that doesn't work for you, my hunch is that you'd be able to pick the textbook up on any other day, I suspect, but you'd have to go into the port, which is the library in Minnetonka High School, the high school library, and they will have the textbook for you. All right. The textbook, actually, what that looks like, you'll see an image here. I was just looking for my textbook, but I don't see it here sitting. This is actually the image of the cover, the front cover of our textbook. So what you want to tell them when you go and pick it up, you want to tell them, I'm a student in Tonka Online AP Macro. Mr. Ristow is my teacher. He told me to come by. I have to make sure I get the AP Macro textbook for the Tonka Online course. And this is what the cover of that textbook looks like. Okay, of course, it doesn't have my picture on it or my name, but you want to tell them I need the macroeconomics for AP by Krugman. Paul Krugman is the author. Okay, so going back to Unit 1, this is where you want to begin. I'm just going to open up the folder so you can get a sense of what you're looking at. You're always going to have a folder that has notes in it. And you'll notice there are some lecture videos there and some Google Slide notes there and a bunch of PDFs. Those are all notes. These first two postings right here are lecture videos done by other instructors. Sometimes there'll be videos done by myself. I highly, 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 highly encourage you to watch those as you're working through the material. You should not be working through this material and finish a whole unit in a matter of 2 days. Okay, that's not going to work. You're going to want to watch pieces of these videos as you work through the lessons. Watch the pieces of the videos that connect to the lessons you're working on at that time. That's what I would do. Don't necessarily sit down and watch the whole video because they're going to be on average 45 to 50 minutes long. And you only need to watch the chunk of the video that connects to the lesson you're working on at the time. Okay. And that's going to be the case in each unit folder. You're going to have some lecture videos. You're going to have some notes. All right. You're also going to have then a folder that's labeled homework assignments. And these are the formative assignments, the ones that you see there posted on your calendar. In this case, you have a handout I'd like you to complete. You have a summative current event assignment. You'll have one for each unit. 5 summative points can be earned. Should be an easy summative points that can be earned. And then you've got a problem set. The problem set are worth a lot of points. Treat them kind of as a take-home exam, really. This problem set for Unit 1 is about 126 formative points. So when you open it up, you'll see there's about 6 or 7 problems that I want you to work through that connect directly to the material that you're learning about in Unit 1. Okay, go through the lessons. You want to work your way through the lessons, work through them in numerical order. So you'll want to start with lesson 1. And sometimes all a lesson is going to consist of is the understanding, well, what I want you to learn and what the objective is. And I tell you what module it connects to in your textbook. You will want to get your textbook as soon as possible. And then sometimes it's just going to be a matter of sitting down and watching, let's say in this case, maybe a 6, 7, 8 minute video on scarcity, right? And then you want to make sure you read your text. You want to read module 1. Maybe you want to work on a formative that deals with scarcity, right? And you want to maybe watch a lecture video from the lecture videos that I showed you earlier in the folder, okay? So looking inside the folder again, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lessons that go with Unit 1. And then for each unit, you're going to have a set of reading quizzes. So I would recommend that after you're done with 1.1 on scarcity, at some point you take that reading quiz. Some people like to take them right away. Some people like to do them near the end to serve as a review for the exam. entirely up to you, right? This is a self-paced course within the parameters of the unit. The magic deadline date is February 11th. So these are the things that you want to have done, of course, before February 11th. And then once February 11th comes along, I'll make the exam available, and I'll give you some more deadlines and parameters about the exam when the time comes. All right. So that's what a typical folder will look like. All right. And there will be 6 units. And once the unit times out, I'll have the next unit available, and I'll let everybody know, hey, Unit 2 is now open and available. Make sure you're looking at the stuff on your calendar for Unit 2, note the deadline dates, and that's how we roll. All right? That's it. This has gone on, I think, for about 15 or 20 minutes here, so it's time to wrap up. If you have any questions, again, please let me know. Schoology message me, preferably. You may also email me at the email that I provided there in my contact information, the same email I have provided down here. It's the mtka.org, and those are the 2 easiest ways to get a hold of me. All right. Again, welcome to the course. I'm looking forward to a great semester. I'm very excited to be teaching it. I love this material. I love teaching economics, and I hope it's my hope that you get a lot out of it. All right. So welcome, and we will talk to everybody soon. Be looking possibly for an update. Oh, that's one more thing. Make sure you're familiar with the update page. There are no updates here right now, but the primary way that I will communicate to all of you as a group will probably be through a Schoology update. So here you'll see kind of group postings, group updates. So there might be a group update here about maybe our first Google Meet meeting to get kind of the course kicked off and underway. All right, so make sure you're checking this page, the update page as well as any individual message that you might get. All right, so that's it, guys. We'll talk to you soon, and be looking for any updates from me. All right, take care. Bye now.